Okay, we're on week 8, everyone. So this past week, you all turned in a section 4 for your business plan. And this week, we're going to be talking about compiling the final business plan. And in addition, talking about what's coming up in week 9 and week 10, just to keep that in the front of your mind so you can be planning for that. So with that, let's go ahead and hop into our content for weeks 8 through 10. Of course, you found your lecture under this tab here, and then I'll be talking about this here in a second, but for now, let's move into what is required for your final business plan submission. Of course, this is the written portion of it. It's going to be worth 40 points, and I need an electric version of it submitted onto Canvas. And what you're going to do there is just go ahead and compile all 4 sections and utilize the feedback I give you for each of those and improve them, make them cohesive, and a very convincing document for investors and instructors who read it. Also, make sure you check out the example that we posted in the section 1 module, so that way you can format it correctly and just kind of see what other people have done, I guess, too, so you can not copy them, but make it similar, I guess, kind of see what I'm after here. So, for the format, first of all, we're going to look for the title page with a logo. If you haven't designed a logo yet for your company or business idea, then this is the perfect chance to here. And then the second page will be a table of contents, followed by 10 pages of double-spaced or single-spaced. I'm going to leave that up to you. That'll give you a little flexibility on length. And 3 of the pages are going to be the income statement, the cash flow statement, and the balance sheet. So you'll actually only have 7 pages of writing to go along with that. The appendix is limited to 6 pages, and you need to include your resume in that, as well as your notes for your financial statements, any tables, graphs, anything like that you'd like to include that you also refer to in your business plan. And then also your business model canvas that has been revised, so with those red markups, and also any other supporting materials you have to go along. Let me know if you have questions on what to include, and also consult, of course, the rubric we've been following this whole time for the written business plan. So for that, again, this is just the rubric here. Make sure you have all parts included. Now, this is due on Friday. I will get you those feedback papers on your 4 sections as soon as possible. I'll start working on them today. I know I have section 1 done, but I think I have some of section 2, and then I need to work on your financials, and then also section 4 coming up. So that's what's due this week. It's not too much. It is a really big deal to get this document correct and convincing and have a good flow through it. But it's what's coming up the next couple weeks that you really need to put a lot of time and effort into this week, getting ready for those. So next week, you have a financial lender assignment that you'll be assigned. I'm actually going to go ahead and post it this week so you can be contacting people for it, as well as setting up meetings and getting ready for your presentation. Sorry, there's a fly buzzing around. So let's head over there. So you can go ahead and read through this assignment description, but basically I'll summarize it for you. Go ahead and read it still, but this is just for the lecture. I'll summarize it. You're going to be contacting and talking to 3 financial lenders about your business plan. You're going to send them, after you contact them and set up a meeting, you'll send your business plan a day ahead at least, so they can look through it, run the numbers for themselves, that kind of thing. And then you're going to go and meet with them in person and get their advice on your business plan, any financial help you need, anything like that. I have some questions here in blue outlines that you can start with asking questions, but I also want you to add to this and ask them your own questions that you're curious about that are unique to your business. Write up the responses to these questions and your questions as well. I'll be making sure you add in your own good questions. And it's important that you visit bankers and investors that you don't know personally or have really good friendships with. That'll give you really good true feedback and not just, friendship feedback that, oh, it's a good idea. Nice, just because they're, your friend. Just business casual for this meeting because it is an important meeting about your potential business idea and launch. So at the end of your meeting, you should have a lot of feedback, both positive and negative, things that can be improved. And what I want you to do with that is write a 4 to 6 page paper about the responses to your questions, what you got out of it, what you'll change in the business plan, what you'll do from here on out, and what you learned, that kind of thing. I want you to include the lender's contact information, and I want the actual names of the people you talk to as well for this. If your business needs a loan at startup, I want you to include what conditions they would, if they'd give you a loan for your business idea, and then what conditions they'd apply to it. So the interest rate, the term, that kind of thing, and what collateral you'd need. If you don't need a loan, approach the lenders as a way to network and get to know people who look at business for a living. Again, these lenders, I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but these lenders can be bankers, they can be people from Farm Credit, they can be loan officers. If you have people in your area who are invest in startups and you'd like to talk to them, or they have some side cash and they're looking to sponsor, I guess, or help students start up their business ideas, anything like that could be considered an investor. No family or friends though, please. So with that, this is due October 19th, so not this Friday, but next Friday, and it's worth 40 points. So it's another huge chunk out of your total points for this class. So I presented this early, so again, you can start contacting them right away. I know you both have busy schedules, so just going to go ahead and put that assignment out there, as well as our week 10 assignment, which is your final business plan presentation. So you're going to take all of my feedback and put it into this business plan. You're going to take your financial lender's feedback, put it in your business plan, and then you're going to have the opportunity to come up in a small group and present it to myself. And if you choose to do it in person at UNL, the other instructor, Dave Lamb, as well as maybe some other business professionals if I get them lined up, and some other students. If you can't make it to UNL or you don't live near Lincoln, anything like that, there'll be a Zoom sign up for you as well. We'll get to the signups here in a second, but let's go ahead and hop into the actual PowerPoint slides for the final business plan presentation. Kind of what to include in it, what to expect, that kind of thing. So, some main areas to cover in your presentation. First of all, you're going to give a short introduction on yourself. Obviously, not everyone in the room is going to know you, so it's important to introduce yourself well, kind of talk about who you are, why you're interested in this industry, that kind of thing. Then explain your business idea and the name of your business, what your products and services are, that kind of thing. Your mission statement, vision statement, and your goals and objectives should also be included. You can show a logo, the marketing data you need for the business, and your management team information. Talk about your critical risks and how you overcome them or plan to overcome them, the day-to-day operations of your business, the different financial data that proves this business is good to start. So include some really key numbers of how it would be profitable over time. Include your pricing strategy, the revenue you make each year, and then your profit margins for your pricing, at the very least. I love talking about financials, so anything you can give there, the more detail, the better. The current status of the business, so where you are in starting this up, if it's going to be after you graduate, if it's already operating now, if you are going to get established into the business world and maybe start this in 10 years. I want to know the timeline, I guess. And then you're going to end with the funds required for startup, how it's going to be spent, that startup money, and then also the exit strategy for your business. Now, I will have a rubric in front of me when I'm grading these. Also, Dave will have another rubric, and we'll compile the two scores and give you a final grade for this final in-person or Zoom meeting presentation. Now, one thing I will note is Dave probably won't be watching the Zoom meetings, so it'll just be my feedback that'll be incorporated into your score. Whereas if it's in person, it'll be averaged between the two. I've linked the rubric in Canvas. So let's quick look at that now. Okay, so what we're looking for here, you can go ahead and read through it and take notes and create your presentation around this, but we want materials used to be clear, concise, and logical, or in sequential form. I would highly suggest creating a PowerPoint presentation and maybe even handing out copies of your business plan at this presentation. That way we have something to refer back to and look through when you're presenting. The presentation needs to stay within the time frame, which is 10 minutes. I'll mention that here in a second. In the PowerPoint, that's a strict timeline. Once you hit 10 minutes, you'll be cut off. So you need to convey your business plan and business idea with confidence and professionalism and passion. I'm looking for that. Demonstrate knowledge of your industry, responsiveness to judges, and effectively field the questions. So after the 10-minute presentation, we'll have 5 minutes, again, a strict 5 minutes for questions and feedback. You've stimulated investor interest and or ability to maintain the judge's interest. So here you can talk about the financial lender assignment a little bit, just briefly. And then also the visual aids complement critical plan issues. So in regards to the business plan, you needed to clearly describe your product or service. Dave and I are not, and the other students in the room are not experts on your product or service or industry like you have become over the semester and maybe even over your whole life. So you need to use common terminology for us and explain it very well. Pretend like we know nothing and that you need to explain it from the beginning. So the marketability of the product needs to be substantiated. The company operations clearly described, any major risks identified. Sales analysis and forecasts are clearly presented. Again, those key projections are clearly presented as well for your numbers. Capital requirements are clearly stated, and you have the ability to relate need for the company. So meaningful examples of why this is important. You also need to demonstrate vision, leadership skill, your venture fit, team fit, and investment potential for your viability of business. So let's hop back over to our PowerPoint. So 3 questions that you need to keep in mind when presenting. We're going to be thinking about this as you present, so you need to make sure you're answering these questions for us. So is there a market for this business idea? Are there customers to purchase my product or service? Can I make money providing this service or product to the marketplace? And have you clearly identified the problem and solution? So a couple of requirements for this final presentation. You need to come in business casual dress, whether that's for the Zoom meeting or for the in-person meeting. And again, it's a strict 10-minute presentation with 5 minutes for questions after. I'll give you warnings. I'll have a timer going. I'll give you warnings for when you have 2 minutes left and when you have 30 minutes left, 30 seconds left, excuse me. So that way you can wrap it up in a logical way and in a meaningful way as well, even if you aren't all the way through your presentation. But the key here is to practice ahead of time. So that way you know what you're going to say when you get in there. You make sure you get through all the key points in a timely manner, in a conversational manner that we can understand and that's logical. So practice is really key here. This presentation is worth 50 points. So it's the top point count, I guess, assignment of the whole semester. So this could really make or break your grade. So you need to put a lot of time and effort and practice into this to make it a great presentation, to impress both me and Dave that you've been doing a lot of hard work. I know you all have, so I want you to make sure you show that in this final presentation. Now, I've included this link in several spots throughout this Canvas, so you can't miss it because it's almost everywhere. So there's a link here to a SurveyMonkey survey where you will sign up for different options for presentation times. Once you sign up, this isn't the locked-in presentation time we'll be doing because, I'm going to show you, you'll basically be choosing whichever links or whichever times and dates work for you in your schedule. This needs to be done by, I think I said October 12th, which is this Friday. So that way I can compile a final presentation schedule and get that posted in week 9 onto Canvas. So I have a question here to ask for in-person final presentation times. These are going to be Thursday and Friday of week 10. And then also, if you aren't able to make those, or if you live too far away, you can choose a final presentation Zoom meeting time and times, sorry, whichever ones work for you. Please choose as many as possible, so that way it'll help me narrow down the times where your small groups will be. So not all of these will be options, I guess, in the final presentation. I've just opened up more time slots for you guys to hopefully accommodate some schedules. One note, if you are really interested in having an in-person final presentation, which is what I would suggest personally, if you're going to get a lot more out of it, in my opinion, if you do it in person, please let me know if you are available at any other time on Thursday or Friday. These 2 days. Those are the days I'll be in Lincoln, so that's important there. They need to be Thursday or Friday, but if I need to open up another time slot for you there, please let me know. I will try my best to. Okay, so again, this survey, which is really quick, all you do is check your schedule, put in the information. Needs to be done by Friday. So with that, I think we've talked about plan presentation as much as I wanted to today. You also have one more assignment here at the end. You don't have to fill it out yet, obviously, just I want you to be thinking about it right now. But it's the instructor and course evaluation. I put a lot of stock into what all the students say and the critiques you give, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you changed, all of that. So I know you know that at the end of every course you get these, but I want you to be thinking about them right now. And this isn't due till October 28th, so after your final presentations. I don't want you to do it until then either, because then you won't be giving feedback on the entire course. But maybe keep a small list or keep some things in the back of your head of what you want to put down on this evaluation form. It's worth 5 points if you fill out both of the forms. And again, I appreciate all the feedback you give. So good or bad, I'll like it all. And it won't affect your grade as well. You'll get the 5 points if you turn it in, but I won't look at them until I have submitted your final grades, if that makes sense. So anything that you say, it'll be helping this course improve for the future. So with that, I think that's about all for the week. Good luck. Let me know of any questions, and I'll talk to you later.